Sonya and Sasha, for real.
You're listening to BRIMBANK Live on Live FM. This is the Sonya and Sasha for Real show. We have a powerful, powerhouse, packed show full of amazing women. And this first friend of ours, amazing woman, is quite incredible, Sasha. You need to tell us who this is and all about the beautiful Judy.
Okay, so take a breath when I read this resume out for you. Okay, so she's the winner of the top 50 influencers of Australia, top 100 smart women of Australia, top women in media. She's constantly quoted in the media. She has just won the Google Women in Tech Award for 2020. She's always featured in news.com. She's been in the Qantas magazine. I mean, when you get to the Qantas magazine, you're everything. If you're in the Qantas magazine for right now, no one's reading it, but anyway.
Online.
It's online, right? I mean, if you get to, she's in CEO magazine, and guess what? She hangs out with Richard Branson. Can we give a massive round of applause to Judy? Say hello,
Sash, thank you so much for the intro.
Wow.
Really flattered. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity, ladies. Really glad to be on the show. And
do you actually even believe your own resume sometimes? Like, can you believe it?
Well, it's really funny because I actually didn't realize half of that stuff. Because it sort of happened, a while ago. So I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's not really where my focus is. So
well, when you Google you, that's what comes up,
right?
That's what happens when you Google you. All of that stuff comes up. And now, hang on a sec. So we need to tell everyone how we actually know each other. I was introduced to you because I went to school with your BF. And he wants me to make sure that he drills you, but the truth is, I think that I'm keeping you, even if he ever gives you that, I'm taking you with me. Not that he's going to give it. Look at Sonia's eyes are like going, what now? He's not giving you the flick, but let me tell you, if he ever did, he'd have to deal with me.
I don't know, Sash.
No, I'm just telling you, right? I'm always taking you with me. Now, hang on a sec. I need to ask you, what does it actually feel like? Because believe it or not, you are actually really powerful within the media. Like, people listen to what you say, especially like with this whole new women in tech stuff. What does it actually feel like to be that?
Look, I don't actually feel that I'm a powerful woman. Like, I know that's what, this show's all about, but I just feel like I'm just a woman that loves cheese. Like, if you ask Troy, like I'm a very ordinary person. I love business. I want to help, other entrepreneurs, but I don't, I don't call out myself as a powerful woman or anything like that. It's just something that, that we do as women. We want to help other businesses. We want to grow our business. We want to leave something behind. So it doesn't make a difference for me personally. It doesn't, so I don't really feel anything different, but I'm just
that's
doing my
really
job.
humble. That's humble to know that, because you've achieved incredible things, and it actually takes a lot of resilience. So tell us, because, obviously not every day is going to be perfect. So, and to be able to get those awards, it really must show that you've been resilient. Tell us some of the things on what it really means for you to be resilient.
Look, I think the only thing that I really, truly have that's really going for me is resilience. Like, I think that, business is really hard work. I mean, to, start a concept and bring it to sort of fruition, it's really tough. So I think running the business for the last 7 years has taught me many things. And I think the main thing here is to be resilient. Like, things are going to go bad. Things are going to go up, down, pear-shaped all the time. So I think being able to have that sort of motivation to drive towards a particular target. Like, I think what I really have is I know where I want to be. I know where I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I know how to get there. I think the motivation is that. So if I fall down, I just get up and just keep going. I think that resilience is sort of innate as well. I think you sort of have it or you don't. But I was, brought up in a really good household that, we always kept going. We came from sort of middle-class family. My grandma was one of my biggest motivations growing up. She's always said to me, be courageous, just go after your dreams. And I think that for me, it's always it's only finished when you're dead, I suppose, right? So until that time, I think there's a lot you can do and keep going. So I think resilience is sort of, for me, it's something that it's innate, it's who I am. And
I remember when when COVID first hit, you were one of the first people that said, everyone was saying this is doom and gloom and how's it going to affect businesses? And straight away you actually just said, this stuff really excites me. It means that we've got to go and think outside the square. It means that we need to be really positive and really innovative with business. And you're one of the first people to come out in the media to say that. And I thought that was really resilient, because when everybody else was just being really negative, you were being really positive about it.
Look, I think COVID and recession is a massive opportunity for us as entrepreneurs. I think that it's an opportunity for us to think differently, to think outside the box, not copy what we've been doing for the last sort of 10, 20 years. I think if you look at some of the biggest companies in the world right now, they all started at the back of a recession. That alone is enough for us to, push forward and go through with, things that are happening in our business at the moment. So I think I think as Josh Frydenberg mentioned last week that, 9 out of 10 businesses currently are going through a digital transformation. Like for us, this is so exciting because this is, the field that I'm in. I think that, COVID has presented many opportunities for businesses to really pivot. I hate that word pivot, but I'm going to use it.
Same.
I try not to use it, but it's one of those things that just keeps coming out. But I truly believe that we're in a really good time. It is sad that some businesses have been, impacted quite badly, and this is an opportunity for them to sort of either hibernate or innovate. They're the two options that you really have. So
tell us about Crowd Media. What do you do? What's your daily life like? Tell us about what you're up to.
Daily life, it's all over the place at the moment. I'm always busy with different meetings and stuff, and especially with Zoom now. I think you spend more time on Zoom now than you used to spend on meetings. But look, Crowd Media is a digital agency. We started about 6-7 years ago. We help businesses with strategy, content creation, sort of building their online reputation is really where we are. At the back of that, we sort of have 2 other verticals. One is Crowd Inc., which is an online news media publication, which is getting about 40 million page views a month, which is quite incredible. And we also have a new startup that's launching in a couple of weeks as well, sort of in the gig economy space. And that's really exciting as well. It's called CrowdShare. So that's in a nutshell what we do.
That's incredible, Judy.
Well, I know that you've been so kind to offer that if one of our listeners are actually in a business, you would profile them on your platform. And I just want to say thank you so much to be able to give them the opportunity to do that. How are we gonna give this away? How are we gonna do something like that?
Sure.
Could it be someone follow us and then they comment and make sure that they use a quote of something that you've said on our social media platform, and then we'll put you in contact with them?
Yeah, sure. Look, so I think when COVID hit, we actually opened the doors for a lot of small businesses, in particularly Victoria, because we are going through that lockdown still. So we're basically offering any small business that's currently impacted by COVID to get a feature in one of our news publications, whether it's Crowd Inc. or Head Honcho. It's more of a 400-word editorial feature. Our team would write a little story about your business and what you do, and also get you in front of, millions of people. So so that's me that we'll love to help anyone. If you want to have that opportunity, I think jump onto Sonya and Sasha's Facebook page, the Instagram, and maybe leave a comment on how you're sort of pivoting during COVID, or how you're becoming resilient during this time. And we'll love to choose one person and give you guys this opportunity.
Oh, Judy, it's incredible. Thank you.
So you've actually noticed that there's been and you've got some stats on women in business have actually risen during COVID. Is that right?
Yeah. So I was reading this the other day. So currently 39% of Australian businesses actually run by women, which is really incredible.
That's cool.
And don't quote me on this one, but I heard recently that there's been a massive increase in startups since COVID. So I don't know what the percentage is exactly, but there's been a massive increase, because what's happening is that, if you got retrenched, you're likely to start your own business because you're sick and tired of having to work for somebody else and trying to, prove yourself and sort of thing. So I think a lot of people are trying to start their own little side hustle, as they call it. Side hustle is like a new term that's sort of coming out. I think that, entrepreneurs are the future. Like that's my thing. Like for me, I just see so many people coming out of this COVID situation and starting, incredible businesses. And I think that that's something that I want to be part of and support these small businesses along the way.
So going on that, what would you actually have in terms of advice for a startup at the moment, given what's going on globally? What would you say to a young entrepreneur who comes to you and says, okay, I've got this idea?
Look, I'm a firm believer you have to go for it. Like you just got to do it. Like there's no point thinking about it and wondering if it's going to work or not. I reckon just do it. Like just get on with it. Set up a website. Like right now, social media is so cheap. Like to advertise your products and services, it's not like 10 years ago where you had to go to a media agency and try to get on TV or radio and things like that. Right now, everyone has opportunity to promote their business. So digital transformation is going to be a big thing in 2021. So if you're a business, I strongly encourage you to set up a digital strategy, have something in plan for in terms of promoting your products and services. So I think like for an aspiring entrepreneur, my advice would be just do it, just go for it. It's not that hard to set up a business these days. You can have you don't even need to have a website. That's not what I encourage, but you can even have a Facebook page to start off with and offer your services that way. So it's really cheap to start and fail as well if you need to, and then learn from that.
I love the fact that you're actually saying it's okay to fail, because a lot of people would be saying straight up, what if I fail? I can't do this, and actually stopping themselves from going ahead with that. Do you know what I love the most about being an entrepreneur? One of the things, and being a young person, being an entrepreneur, is that we're almost taking off the focus of saying a young person coming out of school and being a job seeker, but now they're turning into a job creator. So not only are they then being able to give themselves some sort of career, but they're actually creating opportunities for other people to have a career. And I love that, because that's the way that we're all expanding, and we're being able to do that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I love
Thank
that.
you so much. It has been an absolute blessing having you here.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you so much. You've been absolutely beautiful, and we've loved seeing your shoulders, because you are one hot girl that is one powerhouse in business.
Thanks, ladies. Cheers.
Judy Sahay from Crowd Media. You're listening to the Sonia and Sasha For Real show on BRIMBANK Live on Live FM.
Sonya and Sasha, for real.